Dear friend, there's something I always tell my patients: blood pressure never lies. It doesn't care if you're rich or poor, living in the city or the countryside, eating lavishly or simply. If you let it rise beyond its limits, every blood vessel, every cell in your body has to strain to endure it. I remember one winter morning at the clinic, a 68-year-old patient, Mr. Robert, walked in, his face flushed, breathing heavily. When I measured his blood pressure, the monitor read 175 100ths mmHg. He just smiled and said, "I still feel fine, doctor." But that's the most dangerous thing about high blood pressure: it's silence. Silent, until one day it strikes with a stroke or a heart attack. I want you to imagine your body's network of blood vessels as a system of highways. When we're young, those roads are new, smooth, wide traffic, meaning blood flows effortlessly. But once we reach our 50s or 60s, the surface begins to crack, develop bumps, and lose flexibility. And if the traffic keeps moving at the same speed and pressure as before, what happens? Congestion, accidents, breakdowns. High blood pressure, or hypertension, is when the force of blood pushing against the walls of your arteries remains higher than normal for an extended period of time. It may sound simple, but that high isn't just a number on the blood pressure monitor. It's your body's way of whispering that your heart is working harder, pushing stronger to keep blood circulating everywhere it's needed. One of my patients, David, age 67, once told me, "Doctor, I don't feel anything, so I guess I'm fine." But it's exactly that silence that is most dangerous. Hypertension is called the silent killer for a reason. Many people only discover they have it after suffering a stroke, a heart attack, or kidney failure. Why is it so common in older adults like us? The answer lies in the natural changes our bodies go through over time. As we age, blood vessels gradually lose their suppleness and become stiffer. Plaque, like mineral deposits in an old water pipe, slowly builds up, narrowing the vessel walls. On top of that, the kidneys, key organs in regulating blood pressure, lose some of their efficiency. All these factors make blood pressure more likely to rise, even if your lifestyle habits haven't changed. I know sometimes we tell ourselves, "Oh, it's just a little high, it's fine." But every time your blood pressure rises above the safe limit, your heart has to pump harder and your arteries endure more strain. It's like a rubber band being stretched every single day. Sooner or later, it will wear out and snap. That's why understanding high blood pressure is not only about knowing it's dangerous, it's about realizing this is not someone else's problem. It's a real story, one that could be unfolding inside your own body right now. I still remember vividly the day Mrs. Ellen came to my clinic. She was a 68-year-old woman, petite in build, with a kind face but eyes that carried a trace of worry. As soon as she sat down, she began, "Dr. Hart, I've known I have high blood pressure for a long time, but lately I've been feeling more easily fatigued, having trouble sleeping, and sometimes feeling dizzy when I stand up." When I measured her blood pressure, it read 165 95ths mg, quite a bit higher than the safe range. I asked her about her daily habits, and she admitted that she often skipped her medication whenever she felt nothing unusual, and lately had been eating more salty foods because she wanted her meals to have more flavor. On top of that, she had been less physically active due to the cold weather, spending most of her time indoors. I sat down and looked into her eyes and gently said, "You know, high blood pressure is often silent. It doesn't cause pain right away, but it's like a rushing river eroding a riverbank. We don't see it at first, but by the time we notice, it's often too late." Together, we made a treatment plan. Take her medication on time every day. Reduce sodium intake to under 1/500 mg/day. Take light walks for 20 to 30 minutes every morning, even in cold weather. Just wear warm clothing. Practice deep breathing exercises to lower stress. 3 months later, she returned. When she walked into my office, she was smiling brightly and said, "Doctor, I feel so much better now. My blood pressure is only 128/78." Mrs. Ellen's story is a clear reminder that at any age, even after 50, lifestyle changes combined with proper treatment can keep blood pressure under control, allowing us to live healthier and more energetically. When it comes to treating high blood pressure in older adults, I always emphasize that this is not a sprint, but rather a long journey that requires patience, understanding of one's body, and close cooperation with a doctor. Treatment is not simply about taking medication. It's a harmonious combination of modern medicine and a healthy lifestyle. First and foremost, antihypertensive medications remain the foundation. For older adults, doctors carefully consider the type of medication, dosage, and timing to avoid side effects such as dizziness, excessive drops in blood pressure, or electrolyte imbalances. Common classes of medications include diuretics, beta blockers, ACE inhibitors, or calcium channel blockers chosen according to existing health conditions. The important thing is to never stop or change medication on your own just because your blood pressure seems stable. I have seen many patients abruptly discontinue their medicine thinking they were cured only to be hospitalized a few weeks later due to a sudden hypertensive crisis. Alongside medication, diet plays an essential role. The DASH diet, rich in vegetables, fruits, whole grains, low-fat dairy, and low in sodium, has been proven to significantly lower blood pressure. Older adults should limit their sodium intake to about 1.52 grams per day, less than 1 teaspoon of salt. Sometimes simply replacing salt with natural seasonings like lemon, garlic, pepper, or herbs can make meals flavorful while still being heart-friendly. Next is appropriate physical activity. Not everyone can run or go to the gym, but gentle walking, Tai Chi yoga, or swimming for 30 minutes a day can bring lasting benefits to blood pressure. I always advise my patients treat exercise like brushing your teeth, an essential part of daily life. Even when it's rainy or cold, you can work out indoors using resistance bands or simply do standing exercises. Managing stress is another factor that is often overlooked but extremely important. Older adults often face psychological pressures from illness, loneliness, or family changes. Habits like meditation, deep breathing, listening to relaxing music, or making time for personal hobbies can help stabilize the nervous system, leading to steadier heart rate and blood pressure. Finally, monitoring blood pressure at home is something you must not skip. Recording daily readings helps doctors adjust treatment plans in time while empowering patients to recognize early warning signs. I once guided Mrs. Allen to buy a simple electronic blood pressure monitor, and within weeks she became much more confident in tracking her health. In short, treating high blood pressure in older adults is a process that combines medication, nutrition, exercise, mental wellness, and self-monitoring. The key factor is persistence. As I often tell my patients, we cannot turn back time, but we can live healthier each day, even beyond the age of 70. Comprehensive treatment, not just blood pressure. High blood pressure in older age often comes with a worrying trio: diabetes, high cholesterol, and heart disease. That's why treating hypertension must go hand in hand with managing blood sugar, cholesterol, weight, and even mental well-being. Stress, anxiety, or prolonged loneliness can also cause blood pressure to fluctuate significantly. Many of my patients have improved noticeably simply by joining senior clubs, engaging in conversations, and exercising with friends. 4. Close monitoring and ongoing adjustments. In older adults, the body can change quickly. A medication dose that works well today might become too strong or too weak in just a few months if weight, diet, or underlying health conditions shift. That's why measure your blood pressure at home at least 2-3 times a week and keep a record. Schedule regular follow-up visits so your doctor can assess treatment effectiveness and adjust as needed. Report any unusual symptoms right away: dizziness, shortness of breath, leg swelling, or unusual fatigue. 5. Respect your body's limits. One important principle that's often overlooked: never push your body beyond its ability to adapt. Treating high blood pressure in older adults is a marathon, not a sprint. Our goal is for you to live longer and healthier, not just to achieve perfect numbers on a medical chart. If I had to sum it up in one sentence, the guiding principle for treating hypertension in older adults would be: go slow but steady, personalize every step, and care for the whole person, body and mind. Over the years of practicing medicine, I've realized that treating high blood pressure in older adults is not difficult, but maintaining the results is the real challenge. Unfortunately, many of my patients make mistakes that not only undermine the treatment, but can also be dangerous. The first and most common mistake is stopping medication on their own once their blood pressure looks stable. I once had a 72-year-old patient whose blood pressure stayed at 125/80 mmHg for 3 months while on medication. He thought he was cured, so he stopped taking his pills without telling me. Just 2 weeks later, he was hospitalized with a dangerous spike in blood pressure along with dizziness and blurred vision. High blood pressure is like a fierce river. It only appears calm when you control it. But if you abandon it, it will sweep everything away. The second mistake is taking medication at the wrong time or frequently missing doses. In older adults, both the body's biological rhythm and the way it processes medication are crucial. Even taking a pill a few hours late can cause significant blood pressure fluctuations, putting the heart and brain at risk. The third mistake is relying solely on medication and ignoring lifestyle changes. Many people believe taking the pills is enough, but medication can only do part of the job. Without reducing salt staying active, quitting smoking, or cutting down on alcohol, even the best medication will struggle to protect your heart in the long term. The fourth mistake is following unverified advice. I've seen patients stop prescribed medication in favor of drinking herbal concoctions or taking supplements passed along by word of mouth. Some of these may offer support, but replacing your doctor's prescribed treatment entirely is essentially gambling with your life. And finally, not monitoring blood pressure at home. Some patients only check their numbers during clinic visits, ignoring daily fluctuations. Yet having a home blood pressure monitor and making it a habit to measure in the morning and evening can save you from severe complications. I always tell my patients treating high blood pressure is not about getting cured. It's about a lifelong journey. If you stay committed, you can live not just longer, but healthier and more peacefully. My dear friend, high blood pressure in older adults is not a life sentence, nor is it the end of a healthy, fulfilling life. It's simply a reminder that your body, after so many years of faithful service, now needs you to pay closer attention, to listen more carefully, and to care for it with patience. I've met countless patients in their 60s, 70s, even 80s, who first came to me feeling worried and overwhelmed because of their high blood pressure readings. But after just a few months of adopting a healthy diet, engaging in gentle exercise, checking their blood pressure regularly, taking their medication properly, and maintaining a relaxed, positive mindset, they gradually regained balance. Many even told me, "Doctor, I feel like I'm 10 years younger." High blood pressure, after all, is simply a part of the aging journey. But the way you respond to it is what truly matters. You can choose to ignore it, letting the numbers on the monitor creep higher and higher. Or you can take charge, making small adjustments to each meal, each step you take, and each daily habit to keep your heart stronger and healthier for the long run. Remember, controlling blood pressure is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Every day you stay consistent, every small change you make is another brick in building a stronger, healthier future for yourself. And if you start today, that future may arrive sooner than you expect. So after watching this video, I hope you'll take one simple action: pick up your blood pressure monitor, take a reading, and write it down. That small step will be the very first on your journey to protecting your heart health. From that one step, a whole new path will open before you. Wishing you peace, health, and boundless energy at any age.